Hi, and welcome to Content Studio's webinar. I hope you guys can hear me. We're going to wait 5 minutes before we start the webinar so that we can let everybody come and watch it. So in the meantime, let's... Hi, and welcome. Hi, and welcome back. Just want to say hi to Jessica and Christina. Thank you for joining in. We're going to start the webinar in under a minute. And before we start, I would like to request you all to fill out a poll that I've shared in the comment section. We just want to get to know you guys better, and that way we can shape our webinar according to you. So that would be great if you guys could fill out the poll. I'll just share it in the comment section. In the meantime, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Manur. I am a digital marketing specialist here at Content Studio, and I will be presenting the webinar to you. And with me, I have...
Hi guys, my name is Sharon. I am a sales specialist over at Content Studio, and I will be here for the question and answer session. And I look forward to any questions that you guys have.
All right, so without further ado, let's start. Sharon will be sharing the poll in the chats, so you can answer that while I begin the webinar. So today's webinar is on how to master social media management. And as you all know, social media management is an entire umbrella under which you have a lot of things. So I'll be talking about those. And starting off, we're going to be looking at what we will cover in this webinar. So first of all, we will be talking about the importance of social media and its management. Then we'll be covering a few social media strategies, some best practices that you can carry out, along with I will be giving you a little bit of a tip that you can use to make your social media management better. After that, I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can craft really engaging social media posts with our composer. And right after that, I will take us into the tour of ContentStudio's social post composer, after which we will have a question and answer session. So starting off with the importance of social media and its management. Now, before we begin, I would really like to stress on the fact that there are around 4.9 billion users. Even I couldn't take it. It's 4.9 billion users as of 2023 on social media. Like, social media is being used by these many people. So look at the target audience pool you have that you can reach out to for your brand or your business. So that is a lot of people. Of course, your brand doesn't target everybody because your target audiences are different, but this gives you a really big idea of how important it is to target a specific platform that can help your brand. So starting off with the fact that social media can help your brand increase its awareness among these people. So the more people know you, the better it is for you. It also helps you get a better understanding of your audience. Now, how does that happen? It's because, you basically have analytics that can help you do that. But it has the fact that you can build better relationships with your customers and your audiences. So two-way communication is great because it helps you with engagement, and people can contact you and you know exactly what they want and you know exactly what you need to provide them with. So that helps you build a better community, and a community is kind of, you could think of it as a loyal space. So you can share things with your users or your customers, and that actually builds a really nice space for your brand. Then we've also got the fact that it can help you organize your progress. So you can actually see the results right away. When you share a social media post, you'll be able to see how many people are engaging with it and how many people liked it, viewed it, the impressions, everything. That brings us to the fact that you can also follow your competition. So it's nice to know what your competitors are doing. If you're selling the same thing or you're advertising the same thing, that's nice to know what your competition is up to. And lastly, when we put all of this together, we can build better conversions, get better leads, and that's exactly what we want. And when all of that comes into place, when everybody knows you and everything's going great, then your reputation is pretty strong. So that brings us to how you can actually build a strong social media presence. So first of all, here's a little bit of a strategy builder. You need to understand your audience and your brand. So ideally, who you're targeting, and you can do that by creating audience personas. That gives you a nice idea about who your audience is and who you're targeting. And then you also need to build your brand and understand it. What kind of a tone do you have? What are your colors? What kind of content you're putting on? You need to know all of this in order to have a successful brand. Then you need to define your goals. So every brand is different. What are your goals? Are you trying to build awareness? Are you trying to gain engagement, get traffic? Are you trying to pull in leads or conversions? What exactly is your goal? Because that is what your content will be based around. Then you have to make sure that you optimize your profile. It's very important to show your audience at first glance what your company or what your brand or what your business is about. When they come to your social media channel, you need to show them exactly who you are. So you need to make sure that you have a nice HD quality profile picture up. You need to show the posts. And of course, you need to build on your description and your bio so that when they come onto your social media channels, they know exactly what you're selling to them so they can continue their transactions with you or their interactions with you. Then we've got the fact that you need to understand which social media platforms you need to target. And that depends on the brand, of course, who you are, and the target audience that you're selling to. So for example, if you are a professional business, then you would likely want to target LinkedIn as compared to maybe TikTok, which has a younger user base. Because it's not necessary to actually use all social media platforms. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about your content strategy. So that involves two things. Number one is the type of content you're posting and the type of post you're posting. And I will go into more detail about this. So let's move on to the next slide. So first of all, you need to understand that quality is king, right? And you need a happy king to run your social media. A happy king is a nice ruler. Evil and angry kings are not good rulers. So you need to make sure that quality comes first because your audience wants value. So there are basically 4 types of content out there. Educate, that's so you can teach people exactly, depending on whatever your niche is, you can educate them about things, give them tips, strategies. You can entertain them. Entertainment is pretty, it's used by almost every brand now these days. Jokes and funny, relatable humor is really trending. Then you can inspire people. This is motivational talks or anything that can give somebody the push or the motivation they need to move on, to progress, stuff like that. And lastly, we have promotional material. And that is the kind of thing that you put in here and there in your content strategy. As you guys, if you have watched our previous webinars, I spoke about the 70-30% rule, where 70% of your content should be the above 3, and the last 30% should be the promotion part. So keeping all this in mind, what exactly is the type of content you can put out? So you can put out textual content, and that includes tweets and quotes. And you can use these things on like Twitter or say Facebook, but places that are more media centric, like Instagram and TikTok, you would want to use stuff like images and videos. That involves different kinds of videos depending on the platform you're on. So for example, if you're using Instagram or Facebook, then you can go live. There's a feed video, so you can create a strategy around that. We've got stories, and that is a completely different strategy. It's really good if you want engagement. We've got GIFs and more. And lastly, we've got articles, blogs, and guides, how-tos, but that comes under the blog section. And lastly, if you want to share links for sharing valuable content outside of your brand, then you can share those as well. So coming back to the presentation, next you need to create a content calendar, and that will really help streamline all of your content, and it'll help you bring everything together in one place so that you know exactly when, what type of content is going out, and where and to what platform you're sending it out to. Of course, you'll need to engage with your audience as well. There's no way that you can just keep putting up content and not expect your audience to want to engage with you, because they don't want to see a dead brand. If you're active, if you're engaging with them, that is what they want. You're going to carry out a content analysis, of course, if you want to keep improving your brand, if you want to keep making it better, keep making your strategy better, or the content you're posting out, you're going to want to keep analyzing it, what's working for you, what isn't. And lastly, when you analyze, then you refine, and then you shine, which brings us to this little summary for this presentation. How to build a solid social media presence is to plan. Firstly, you're going to plan on your content. Then you're going to create that content. You're going to engage with your audience. You're going to analyze your content, and then it's going to go on repeat. So today's webinar is going to be about the create part. So let's move on to how ContentStudio can help you with that. Now, we've done previous webinars on a lot of these features, so you can check them out in our ContentStudio playlist. I will put up cards when this video goes live later. But for now, I will give you an overview of what ContentStudio can provide you. So firstly, we've got the social post composer, which is what we will be talking about today. We've got the social inbox. We have a webinar on that. You can engage with your audience there. We've got scheduling options. There's like 5 scheduling options and more. We'll be talking about that as well. We've got the discover option if you want to bring in content or content ideas for yourself. ContentStudio has got that. We've got the blog composer. You want to create articles. ContentStudio. We've got analytics, like I mentioned before. While you're creating strategies and everything, you need to have your analytics in place. So Content Studio can help you with that as well as competitor analytics. And we already have a webinar on that, by the way, as well. I will link it later. So then we've got the approval workflow for, when you have a team that you're working with. We've got a AI writer. I'm going to show that to you today as well. And we've got the content planner, calendar, and of course, we've got a whole system for your teams and client management. So if you guys are looking forward to anything from here, let us know in the comments below, and I will let you know if we already have a webinar on that or something that's coming up. So today's webinar will be about these 3 specific things and a little bit more in general, but we will be talking about the social post composer, scheduler, and the AI writer. So how do you craft a compelling social media post? Quality over quantity, like I mentioned before. You want to make sure that you're sending really great content to your followers. So you can use different graphic designing tools like Canva and Vista Create, which, by the way, we have integrated into Content Studio's Composer. You can also edit your posts within Content Studio's Composer, because when you have to change dimensions for some images, you're going to add some text or some captions, change the colors a bit. It's really great to have an editor right there rather than you using separate tools to bring everything together. Then we've got the fact that you need to grab attention with a hook. Of course, you need to make your first few lines pretty catchy so that people want to read on or watch on or look on. Then we're going to use AI. Now, as you all know, AI is really working at these days. So it's really great to have an assistant that can help you with that. And we do have an AI assistant that can help you write amazing, engaging, attractive captions. You also have to tailor your posts according to each network. Of course, now, if you have a really long description under a video, you can't really do that for Twitter because you have a character limit there. So you need to make sure that every single post of yours is exactly best suited for each social media network. And I'll show you that, of course. So like I mentioned, we have character limit, we have Instagram, of course, the media dimensions and everything. You need to be pretty formal on LinkedIn, so you can't post random things if you're using LinkedIn. So next, use hashtags smartly. Now, it's important to know that there is a number of hashtags that you should use for the ideal results. So for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the ratio is about 1 to 3 hashtags each. And for Instagram, we have around 3 to 5 hashtags that you should use for the maximum. It's the recommended hashtag limit by different brands that are doing pretty well these days. So then, to feel like you are more human, to add a friendly touch to your social media posts, it's nice to add emojis because it gives a human touch. It adds some life to your social media. So that's great. Make sure you add emojis. If your brand tone is not very friendly or very jokey, then it's okay. You can use formal emojis as well. Emojis add life. You can also add links for promotion as well, but try to avoid that specifically in the caption section because social media platforms don't particularly like it when you do that. It kind of hinders the engagement. So you can add those in the first comments, which is exactly what I will be showing you today as well. You can add Facebook carousels. So you can, create a whole list of things. You can create Twitter threads so they don't have to create individual tweets each time. We also have the option to create, to schedule posts at the best recommended time. Of course, when your audience is most active, that's when you're going to get the most engagement. And lastly, make sure you add a call to action. Your audience needs to know exactly what it is they need to do when they look at your social media posts. Do you want them to just look at your post, or do you want them to click like, comment? Do you want them to sign up somewhere, etc.? So that being said, let's move on to the demo. And I will show you exactly how you can do all of this using Content Studio. So let me just take us over to the dashboard. I hope you all can see the dashboard. I'm going to there we go. All right. So for the creation of content, we're going to head over to the compose option right here and go to social post. All right, so let me just give you a breakdown of the composer. On the left side, we have all of our social media accounts. So this is where you will be able to access all your social media platforms, select them basically. The center portion is where you compose all of your magic. It's all where all of the magic happens. It's got the AI writer, all of the different options I talked about, and the scheduling part. And the right side will show you a preview of all of your creations. So let's start off from first selecting a social media. So let's say I want to send out a post to my Facebook account and maybe Instagram as well. We're going to select Twitter also. And as you can see, we've got integrations with Pinterest, Google My Business, YouTube, TikTok, and so much more. So right here is where you create a caption. So let's say I want to create a caption on, I own a shoe business and I want to sell shoes. So I want to create a caption for a shoe post. I'm going to head over to the AI generated captions right here. And here I will write down, can give me a caption for a social media post selling shoes. Let's make it sports shoes. It's pretty basic, but I'll give you an idea. So you can select your tone. I want it to be a persuasive post. You can change the approximate word limit right here. You can select hashtags as well as add emojis to your posts. And I want at least 3 variations. So let's do that. I'm going to generate the post right here. It's going to take a few seconds to quickly create your content. And there we go. So it's giving me 3 different options. So let's see, feeling sporty vibes, put on the right shoes and get ready to set some records are the perfect combination of style and performance. So let's say I want to use this one. I can add that to the editor. And it'll show up right here. And as you can see, the preview is right here. Now, let's say I want to add a really nice social media post. So I'm going to click the upload button right here. I can add an image from my own gallery. I can upload a video, or I can use the media library. So if I open up the media library, I'll be able to access all of the different media that I've stored right here, whether it's videos, images, etc. So this is the media library, but I know that I want to use Canva. So I'm going to use that right here, add a social media post, etc. From here, you can create Vista create options right here. So let me just click that. I don't think I'm logged in, so let me check it. The net seems to be a bit slow today. Right, so if you have a account on Canva, then you can use it from here and send out whatever kind of content you want to share with your audiences. If you have a Vista Create account, then you can do that similarly for that. And we've got different options that you can pick from right here. So let's say I want to upload an image from my media library. Sorry, I accidentally clicked the upload image. Hehe. Now I don't have a shoe picture, so let's put up a dog picture right here. You can add that to media. Now, as you can see right here, it's a really cute dog. You can edit your post from here as well. You can add alt descriptions. You can edit your image, and you can also add hashtags depending on the platform. So for example, that would be Instagram. So let's say I want to edit the image. I'm going to click that button right here, and I can actually edit this image. And there are a lot of options that I can choose from. So this is the option right here. You can crop the image if you like. You can also resize it. So that is where the Instagram dimensions or whatever the dimensions are that you want to handle. And then you can fine tune it by changing brightness, contrast, saturation. What if I want to change the saturation of it? So say fourth image. You can also add filters and write down some text if you like. As well. Now all you need to do is click the processing, the done option right there. It's going to process the image for you. And it'll show up the way you wanted it to. Now, like I mentioned before, you need to customize your content according to each social media channel. So for that, we have an option right here at the top right corner. You can select that. And when you select that, it kind of breaks down all of the different social media posts according to the social channels you've selected. So right here, right now, I can edit things according to Facebook. So let's say I want to, let me show you that first. Let me show you, this is the Instagram and this is the Twitter page. So let's say for Facebook, I want to create a Facebook carousel. I'm going to select the carousel option right here. And then it's going to ask me for a link. Now, this is a link that you can add from anywhere. So we're going to go over to the blog.ai. I'm going to select the, let's say, what is the best time to post on social media on Twitter. So let's copy the link address here. Let's go and insert the link right here. It's going to create a preview for me and some options for the different preview. So that is the image I put up, and it's going to add the caption and the description, the title, and everything right here. And this is what the blog post itself has. I can keep adding more depending on what I would like. So here you can change the title as well. So let's say I want to talk about dog foods in summer 2023. And I can write a little description right here if I want. Talk a little bit about what this post will be about. And if I want, I can also change the link right here. If I want to add another link, let's say I'm going to head over to some other page and I want to share some other link, I can just go here, copy the link address, share it right here, and paste it. So now these are two different things, two different websites, two different landing pages that I want my audience to go to. Now, if I want to add a call to action, I have a whole list that I can pick from. So if you want, you can select any of them. So let me select the contact us now. And right here, you can see the Facebook. This post has been generated the right way for the way you would want it to go out to Facebook. And you can also go through these posts right here. If you want to add an end card that will include the page itself from which you're sharing, you can add the link right here and it'll share that with you. So there's that. You can also add a first comment, and that goes out for all of the social media channels we're going to talk about. So as you can see, you can select the social media channels right here. I'm not talking about Instagram right now, so I don't want that. I just wanted to go out to Facebook. So I'm going to add a first comment. Check out this link. and I'm going to share it right here. And this is going to show up as a comment under my post. I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to talk about the scheduling option later. Let me go over to Instagram and show you that first. So right here for Instagram, we've got a couple of different settings that you can pick from. So that's great. You can now publish directly, as you all know. You can also share posts as a story as well. And this is direct publishing now. So thumbs up to the ContentStudio team from there. And similarly, if I want to go over to Twitter and add a threaded tweet, I can do that as well. All I have to do is select the threaded tweet option and add my content right here. Let's say I want to say, check this out. I want to upload something from the media library. I can add an image from here and create a long thread if I want, just so that it's easier for my audience, or if I'm talking about related things all at once, I can do that. So let's say I want to put up this little cartoon image right here, talking about some art, say, for example, that I've created. I can add that right here. And this is how it will show up. On the right side, you can see the main post. You see the caption, the hashtags that I've used. You scroll down, and then you can also see the threaded tweets. So I can keep adding more if I want. All I have to do is select the add another tweet option. I'm going to upload another image if I want. And if I don't want to upload an image, actually, I can just head over to my page. And let's say this was my page. So I can add that. And then this is what my preview will look like. And the thread keeps going on and on. So that is also another great way that you can create posts. And for each threaded tweet, you can also capitalize or bold embolden your text. So I want to say, let's bolden this. I can do that. So this is what it will look like now. If I want to add hashtags, I can do that as well. This option you can find right here in the composer, as well as the individual tweets or wherever, whichever platform you're creating content for. So let's say I want to create a whole list of hashtags. I can do that from here. This one right here, I go over here, I click the create hashtag button, and this is a list of hashtags that I've already created. Let me show you how to create one. So here I'm going to talk about summer 2023. I want to create hashtags for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down summer 2023 heat. All right, popsicles. How do you write popsicles? Popsicles. There we go. So now I can select the number of hashtags I want each post to show from the long list. If I have a long list, then it's going to select randomly out of any of these. Let's say I wanted to select 2 hashtags and share that. Then we've got the placement option. Now the placement option kind of replaces a word in the caption that you have set. The placement adds it at the end, and the replace option adds it to a random word that you've written in your caption, and the hashtag matches that. So that is great. So let's say I want to use this. I can just apply and save. All right. So then right here, as you can see, it added the heat and popsicle hashtag. So you can do that similarly for all of these if you want. You can just add the hashtag button. If you've already created a list, you can select from these. Right. So moving on to the right. As you can see right here, this is threaded tweeting option. Now, let me just show you guys one more thing. So let's say, for example, I wanted to go over to the AI generation It also, by the way, tells you some captions, some hashtags, so you can select from those as well. These hashtags are relevant to the content that you're sharing out. So you can also select these as well and use them for your captions. It gives you the option to generate hashtags, so you can select it from here, like I mentioned before. Next, of course, Instagram has the ability to add a location, so you can definitely do that as well. If you want to add a location, you just have to click the option right here, add a location. It's going to select Instagram for you, and then you can just add your location. So let's say I want to mark Italy, Rome. So it's going to do that. It was pretty simple. That's all I had to do. And as you can see, the preview right here shows me that I've added the location as Rome, Italy. Now, similarly, you can also add emojis right here, the AI suggested emojis, and then we've got the option to choose your own kind of emojis from the list right here. So all you have to do is select the emoji button, and it's going to show you emojis that you can select from and add them to your caption. So I hope everything made sense so far. I'm going to now head over to the scheduling and posting options. So moving down, we've got 5 different scheduling options, so I'm going to go over them briefly. I also have a video up on 5 awesome ways to schedule your content to social media, and you can check it out. I will also add it as a card to this video when I publish it to YouTube. That's where I teach you how to actually set up the thing behind this, but I'm going to show you exactly what these are in this video. So firstly, of course, we have the post now option. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to post the social media post right away. Then we've got the schedule option. So what happens when you click the schedule option? It's going to show you a calendar. You can select a date in the future that you want the post to go out. So let's say I want it to go out in July on the 14th next year. I'm just joking, this year. So you can select the time as well from below. So I want it to go out at 2:30. And there we have it. It's going to schedule this post for that time once you hit the schedule option. But just make sure that when you do this, when you select this, your location, it's going to go out at the location you've set for this workspace in general, all right? So be careful of that. So when we've done that, let's go and let me just change things here. Like you saw in the thing, I didn't add a end card for there we go. So now, we've got the add to queue option. Now, what is that, you might ask? This is where you create a whole list of timings and dates during the week, month, or year that you want your content to go out to specifically. So that would be, say, for example, Monday, you want at 9 p.m. your Facebook post to go out. And then on Tuesday, you want your Instagram post to go out at 5 p.m. So you can create an entire list, an entire schedule beforehand. And all you have to do is click the add to queue option, and it's going to do that for you. So next time you're posting a post and you want to just go into the schedule you've already created rather than sit and decide a schedule for it, you can do it so easily. And then we've got the add to content category option. Now, what is that? These are little categories that you can create, defined by, say, the topic of content that you're sharing, or, the time that you're sharing them at. You can divide your content according to the thing you're talking about. That way, when you're creating content, all you have to do is just select the content category option. It's going to add it to a specific little category that you've created. So right here on the top, as you can see, when I select the option on the top left, I've already created content categories, and I can select any of these, and the content that I've scheduled right now will go out at that time. So let's say I want to add all of this to my funny memes category. All I have to do is select that category. It's going to add those, and like you can see here, it's telling us when the next post will go out according to when I created my content calendar. And all I have to do is add it to the category and schedule it. You can also send your posts to a draft section, so you can work on them later in case you're busy and want to come back to them later. And lastly, we've also got the much talked about option, and that is the best time to post option. So let me talk about that. So the best time to post is basically therefore, when you hover over the question mark, you can see all of that. Let me just select the schedule option right here. I don't want post to the category. So when I hover over to the best recommended time to post, it's going to open up a nice little box, and you can see all of the best time to post options right here. The dark squares represent when it is the best time for you to post throughout the day, the time and the dates. The darker ones show when your audience is most active, when you're likely to get most engagement according to the ways that you've been posting. This is your own posting patterns, and that it analyzes, and then it shows you the best recommended time. On the right side, you'll be able to see 3 of the top recommended times that you can post. So you can select from these as well. So let's say I wanted to go out on Tuesday, June 2023 at 1 p.m. So all I have to do is just select that option right here. And that's it. Then all I have to do is select the schedule option, and ta-da! So this was just a little look at the composer. I will be showing you more in the next webinar. So as by the way, you can select between these 2 options right here. You can switch between the PC and the mobile version. So you can look at the previews here as well. In the next webinar, I will be talking more about the composer. It's a really vast thing that you can use. All I have to do is click the schedule button, and my posts have been scheduled. So that's great. Like I did talk about the planner a little bit in the presentation, so I'll just show you what the planner is. And we're going to talk about that in detail in the next webinar, of course. So all I have to do is select the planner option right here. And this is where I can see all of my posts, everything that I've scheduled, everything that I've sent in any of these statuses. So that helps you kind of see when your post is going out, when you scheduled it, etc. So this was the webinar, and I hope you guys liked the composer section. There's so much that you can do in there. There's so much that helps you, make your processes easier. If you want to, check out more about it, be sure to check out our webinar, the next one. It'll be about more things that we all have to offer. And right here, as you can see, this is the post that we sent out. It has the scheduled status right here. It tells you when it's going to be scheduled and everything. You can also check out everything else, but that for another time. So now we're going to move on to the question and answer session quickly. I hope you thought this was helpful, and now Sharon will take over for the question and answer session. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Manur. That was a great demonstration, I must say. I would love to have you give some demonstrations to the users that I get, because you have your own way of getting through things, and it's just amazing. I felt like I learned a lot as well, even though I, I've been using Content Studio for quite some time now. Joe, we haven't had an issue like that before, but I would suggest that you get with us on our support channel, which is support@contentstudio.io, or you could just press the question mark button in the bottom right and press contact support. Let us know what you need, and we'll get you through to the support team, and we can go forward accordingly. Because we've never had an issue like this before, so I would love for the support team to look into it for you. Mr. Adyan. I think if you create, qualifying quality bios, that's when people start clicking on them. It's going to be an automatic thing, just depends on the content that you're putting out. As good as your bio is going to be, make sure you let your users and your followers know that you'd like them to click on the link in bio, and they'd, of course, you'd get more engagement than you usually do. Bull Falls marketing, that's a great question. I feel like the best way is to understand your target audience, and then make sure that you keep your target audience first. That's how you're going to get, you know, all all the engagement possible. When you start creating content for them, that's when they actually start praising the content that you're giving out as well, and that's when you start seeing results. Patrice, yes, the AI tool is available for each and every plan that we offer. Of course, there's different limits for every plan that we offer. So it depends on whether you go on the starter, the pro, or the agency plan. All of the limits are reset on the first of each and every month. So it depends on what plan you go with. But of course, they're going to be included in each and every plan that we offer. Bull Falls marketing, that is a great question. I feel like it just depends on your audience, the product that you're giving out, right? So it just depends on what sort of content that is going out from your end and what sort of audience you have. Like I said, you need to understand your target market, your target audience. So 95.9% of bloggers promote their blog posts via social media, right? So Tumblr had like 456.1 million, if I'm not wrong, blog accounts as of January 2019. And so 2019 was like COVID year, and that's when things actually started booming as well. So these are the latest stats that we have right now. 69% of bloggers say that they use the social share option buttons a lot, right? So that's the idea. So you get a better understanding by looking at what people are doing and getting a better understanding of the market itself. So combining these two things, market research and understanding your audience, that's what I think makes the best possible marketing plan and marketing strategy for everyone. Duquesa, I'm glad you like the support team. What we try to do is offer the best support that we possibly can. That's the idea over here. We always try to put ourselves in your shoes, and whatever you need, we're going to try our best to, resolve it as soon as possible. Simone asked a very good question. Actually, Simone, we've been working on this. Our team is actually working on this as we speak right now. And hopefully, very soon, we're going to be coming out with AI generated blog posts. And very, very soon, you're going to be able to create entire blog posts through Content Studio. So just stay tuned, and it's not going to take long. Duquesa, our support team is available round the clock mostly. So we have the support team available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST. So whatever you need, just reach out to us on email. Even if the entire team isn't available, someone will surely look out for your issue as soon as possible. We usually reply in a few hours, so it shouldn't take long whenever you need, something regarding Content Studio. Of course, if it's urgent, you can let us know on our support channel, and we'll make sure that we look into it as soon as possible. Vincent, yes, we can. We have an automation inside Content Studio. It's called the bulk uploader. You can basically download a, a CSV template file, and then you can upload all of your content onto the file, all of the data onto your file. And once you upload the CSV file onto Content Studio, by the time you get to step 4 of the automation, we're going to turn all of that data from the CSV file into posts for you. And then you can just edit them, schedule them, or remove them if you want. Steph, as of right now, as we speak, we do have image generations with DALL-E by OpenAI. So for caption generations, we're using GPT by OpenAI, GPT-4 to be specific. For image generations, we're using DALL-E 2. And for hashtag generations as well, we're using GPT-4. So as of right now, for each and every plan, there's different limits, but you can totally just create entire images through Content Studio. You can choose between a number of variations from the resolution size of the images, and you can also choose how many images you want to be coming out. Thanks a lot. The AI blueprint, we really appreciate it. I'm so glad that you like it. If you ever need help with Content Studio, there's a book a demo button on our website. All you need to do is just book a demo with anyone in our team. One of our experts is going to make sure that they tell you all about Content Studio, all of the features that we offer. And if there's anything you need, like I said, we're always available on support. Steph, yes, this is available for LTD users as well. So if there's something in specific that you need from the support team, you can go into your account and check your limits regarding what sort of limits you have for image generations, and then you'd be able to get a better understanding of what limits you have and how you can use them as well. The AI blueprint, I've just sent you a link inside the Zoom chat. Just book a demo with one of our experts, and we'd be able to give you a better understanding of the automations as well. If we do work on the automations specifically for a webinar, I'll make sure that you get an email about that as well. So that's not going to be a problem. Courtney, thanks a lot for being a part of the webinar. It's always a pleasure to have you. And all the questions you asked, they're great. We always learn from you, and I hope that you guys learn from us as well. Thanks a lot for your time, everyone. Take care.
All right. We hope that the question answer session was helpful for you, and so was the demo and the presentation. We hope you enjoyed it. I just want to lastly point out that I will be sharing this video on YouTube, so you will be able to watch it later as well. And I will be adding cards as well as end screens for you, so that you can also check out our other webinars on our other features and other different strategies and tips that you can use to have a nicer, better social media presence. We worked on a lot of different topics for our webinars. So when I share the playlist, you can check that out. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. We will be having another webinar soon. So looking forward to having you all there. See you soon. This is Manur and Sharon signing out. Bye.